So the GoPro surfer boys decided to go to work for a day and create the update that we all deserve. They had a couple features that the GoPro 8 could have easily done, but there's a couple cool things in there.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So the GoPro 13 has been released. Was I sent one to review? No. Your old Uncle Case? No. But I wrote some notes. I watched the reviews. We've gained zero traction in the industry, and I'm still a fringe YouTuber scrub. But I reviewed the reviews of more respected people. And if you must know, we're on the Blackmagic OG with the Canon 24mm 1.4 speed boosted. Dare we dream that? And my hipster lesbian haircut has been removed with snake oil. Now, before we get to some interesting specs and some disappointments, I do believe there was a boardroom meeting that GoPro had at the beach, and it was a bunch of bullshit. All right, fellas, time to hang 10 over here. Are we going to work or what? I know it sucks. We got to work one day a year and make the new camera, but come on. We got to put something in this thing to keep up with DJI. They're taking a lot of our money. Have you noticed? I have way less surfboards now because of them. What can we put in this camera? Boss, I don't mean to alarm you, but DJI is coming for our throats. They have a bigger sensor. We don't even know what the Action 5 is going to come with. We got to throw everything in here. 1-inch sensor, frickin' lens that can focus close or far, 4K 240p, HD 480. That'll do it. Listen, Craig, do you think that could be made in a day? That involves like at least 3 days of work this year. Are you joking? I hope a shark eats you today. No is the answer to all that. We need some little gimmick, something we can attach on. We're not building something new here. Boss, our fundamentals are broken. We have a wide fish-ass lens. It's too wide. It's too ass wide, and the sensor's tall. For social media, social media is where rainbows and kittens go to die. This is not our world anymore. We don't need tall videos. We need a big 1-inch sensor, 16:9 low megapixel. So we can do it faster, everything. We gotta go to work at least 3 days this year. I'm going to work right now. You coming with me? Listen, Bill, what the hell? Where did Craig go with his cool glasses? What the hell are you? You're his twin? You're so ugly with those stupid glasses. It's dumb rant. What a dumb rant that was. Look, I put a little lens on I found on eBay, and it's like anamorphic. There was only 7 available though. So like, we got to send 1 to Potato Jet, the other 6 guarded in a gold casket. Just lenses, that's it. That's all that's new. I forgot which glasses Craig wore, and then I ranted, and it was such a good rant that I could never repeat it. So we just plot twisted the whole thing, and that's how the cinema works here. So let me just praise GoPro where praise is due. They are finally the only company, the first company so far to listen to my rants. I take some responsibility for this. Slow-mo bursts. Your sensor is capable of a certain thing, 4K 120, HD 240, but imagine if you just did a slow burst, you could probably push that up to 960 something. So they did that. We have 400 frames per second, but it's 720p. It's 15 seconds only, which is too long. Imagine if they had shortened that, but like kept the resolution. 15 seconds, that's an eternity. That's not a burst, that's an hour long. It's an hour in some cultures. And that kicks you out of 10-bit. So you're 8-bit now, no log, heavy crop. We knew it would come with some caveats. And then there's an even worse, no, a better version that's 360 frames per second, but it's like 900p, whatever the hell that means. But thank you, Potato Jet, for the information. I had potatoes for breakfast, actually. No one cares. So here's what I will say to this spec. 400 frames per second, thank you. It's not 480, but it's close. It's better than what we have. I'd rather it be in there than not. I'm dreaming. That's the only thing I'm excited about for new cameras to have. Slower slow motion and better looking. Could you have implemented it a little better? How about a 6-second burst but you're giving me the full 1080p resolution and there's not a huge crop. Because your stupid sensor is broken, isn't it? It's a tall freak sensor for vertical bullshit. We don't need this. It's not capable of doing anything other than being flexible in different modes. I can do this. Oh, now I'm over here. Oh, look at this. No one wants it. And you're 27 megapixels, if not a Halloween joke. Like, what are you doing here? That's too many. That's why you overheat and crash. Crash and burn in a shark, you piece of shit. My Huawei P40 Pro, for example, does 1080p, 960 frames per second, but it's only like a half-second burst, if that. And it can be really rewarding when you nail that shot. I took it to the X this year and I was like, that's all I brought with me, was just to get that slow-mo of people on rides and stuff, and it's cool little moments. So thank you, GoPro, for doing that. It's just, I want a better camera company to do that, not GoPro. That's not the look I'm going for, this fisheye. Let's just get to it. Your lens is broken and disturbed. Nobody needs this wide-ass, like 10 mil fisheye punk lens for geeks. It's annoying that it's even in there, and then to get any respectable shot, you're cropping in to your already tiny micro dick sensor. What are we doing? Your whole system is broken. What if it was a 1-inch sensor, low megapixel, 16:9 sensor, and then your lens is designed to not be fisheye? Ask Laowa for some advice. They're very good at ultra wide, but it's straight, rectilinear. Your mom has a rectilinear unit in her. All these little lens mods and macro lenses, we'll get to that. That's a cool idea. But that just goes on top of your already bullshit, way too wide fisheye lens. That's the piece that needs to be replaced by a plumber. What's your problem? That's the basics, the fundamentals you're getting wrong. So you're attaching on all these little things and gimmicks. Who cares? Like the anamorphic lens, it looked so terrible. It was this fisheye, ultra goofy wide thing. Who cares about what are you doing? Regardless of what the spec sheet advertisements tell you, it's still ugly, over sharpened, gross GoPro footage. Nothing's changed there. That's the part I disgust myself with. I won't even film on a GoPro. It's nasty. It's just too gross. Like, we have a DJI Pocket 3 with 1-inch sensor gimbal floating around. It focuses on your face, phase detection, super slow-mo. Like, what are you bringing to the table? Yeah, you can go underwater. Good, I hope a shark eats your family. The macro lens is the only one that's actually somewhat interesting because you can focus it and you might actually be in focus for once on a GoPro, because that's the problem with them. It's a tiny sensor. They focus on infinity, but even though it's so tiny and everything is in focus, and that's a nasty look in and of itself, you're never in focus. It's too close. So like, even if they make a bigger sensor, they're still gonna choose the action out there for mountain bikers and shit. I hope a cougar just crosses into your path and bites one of your tires and runs off. And then, like, you survived the whole thing, but you're definitely spending the night in nature. And will you survive that? That's the thing. The cougar doesn't get the karma for killing you. He just sort of bit something and then walked off. And it's like, I didn't kill him. God, you saw that, right? I spared him. But, like, you die by, like, hypothermia or something. What am I even talking about? Like, literally, what was I talking about? That went nowhere fast. I lost everything. I have no points. But yeah, so if you went bigger sensor and you chose the action out there, you're going to be even less in focus. So like, you have to come up with a solution that either autofocuses or has the ability to manual focus. But even with the peaking, that tiny screen, like, what are you even going to do? How are you going to judge that focus? That's why if it was me running this clown show, I would have like an X3000 type body with a flippy screen, a nice little resolution. And then, okay, manual focus lens with peaking, and you can actually see it. It's like, okay, boom, I'm in focus. I'm vlogging now. So if it's me, I'm fixing your whole broken system from scratch. We're getting rid of the fisheye lens. It's a nice, like, 17 mil, a fast lens as well, like a 1.8 or something. And then boom, it's not fisheye. You are in focus close, and it's more of a vlogger thing instead of this action bullshit. Like, who really does action? That's how you get hurt. Like, who wants to get hurt? Oh, cool. I got the footage. I'll see you in the hospital. 3 weeks, they say, to heal this. Grow up. Like, that's for kids who have a death wish. Now that the Pocket 3 exists, I don't see a point for other action cams as vlogging cams. It was fun that they're super stable and wide and you could plug a mic in there. You still can't do that on the GoPro. You actually need that dongle, the giant dongle. So like, we're having problems here. I'm just done with that cheap action cammy look. The DJI Pocket 3 is about as cheap as I wanna feel that day. But thank you for at least giving us slow motion bursts that will inspire another better camera company to also do that and then destroy you. So thank you for listening to all the people, myself only, who has been saying that. Just slow motion burst, you could do it. So like, this is not a new thing. There's no new processor in this thing. It's the same sensor. It's not like they couldn't have done that on the old one. They just decided to do it finally. And that's all we need. Another camera company to decide to do that. Fun times, but make it look okay. Give me something. Why isn't it 1,000 frames per second, 1080p, 6 seconds? You could handle that. And if you can't, make the body bigger. Do something that allows it to happen. I'll leave. I was likely in focus for some of this episode. And Bitcoin can be donated near the lobby on your way out. Are you subscribing for more videos?